Good morning, student. Today I am going to discuss another important part, coordination number under periodic properties. So it is also very important. This is the part of the actually coordination chemistry, and we should know the coordination number and the geometry, because later we will discuss how to find out the shape or geometry of a given molecule. So coordination number. In coordination chemistry, the coordination number is the number of ligands, number of atoms, ions and molecules attached to the central ion. Coordination number are normally between 2 as many as 16, but usually 6. So how many ions, atoms or molecules are attached or coordinated with metal ions, central metal ions? That is the coordination number. Okay, so how many ligands? That means how many atoms, ions, molecules are attached with central metal ion. In generally up to 2 to 6. Okay, so number of bonds depends on size. Number of bonds depend on size, charge, electron configurations, okay, of the metal ions and the ligands. Large metal and small ligands lead to high coordination number, as for example molybdenum CmO4-, and small metals with large ligands lead to low coordination numbers, as PTP CmO3 or twice. So that is the coordination number. Coordination number simple, how many ions, atoms, molecules are coordinated with central metal ions. Okay, and generally it is 2 to 6. That is the coordination number. Okay, so if geometric structure with respect to coordination number, so if coordination number is 2, then we get what type of shape or geometry? Linear structure. If coordination number 3, coordination number of what? Coordination number of central metal ion, trigonal planar or T-shaped or trigonal pyramidal. If coordination number 4, square planar or tetrahedral. Okay, is coordination number 5, trigonal bipyramid, TBP or square pyramidal structure. If coordination number 6, that means 6 ligands, trigonal prism structure or hexagonal planar or octahedral structure. 7, pentagonal bipyramid, capped octahedron or trigonal prism. So up to 7 you can remember, and 8 to 12 you don't need to remember this geometric structure. Okay, you can remember up to, actually according to syllabus you can up to remember 6. Okay, if you remember 7, then it will be no problem. So up to 7, corresponding coordination number of central metal ion and the corresponding geometry. Okay, now due to the large size lanthanide and actinides, an early transition metal tend to have high coordination number. Due to their large size, lanthanide and actinides, an early transition metal tend to have high coordination number. Okay, now come to the point, ligands. A ligand is an ion or molecule that binds to a central metal atom to form a coordination complex. Ligand, generally ion or molecule that binds a central metal atom to form coordination complex. Ligand that binds via more than one atom are often termed as polydental ligand or chelating agent. EDTA, ethylene diamine, tetraacetic acid, you know, polydental ligand, more than one donor site. So ligand is an ion or molecule that binds to a central metal atom to form a coordinate complex. Now another table, coordination number with respect to hybridations. Coordination number with respect to hybridization and geometry. Geometry already I have discussed, and this should also we should know, because this should also require in case of inner outer orbital complex in CFT, crystal field theory. That is, although inner outer orbital complex is the portion of GBT, valence bond theory, so this will require in that case. So coordination number 4, hybridization sp3, 3+1, geometry tetrahedral. Coordination 4, dsp2, square planar. inner d orbital involved. Coordination number 5, sp3d tetragonal bipyramid, trigonal bipyramid TBP structure having axial and equatorial. 6 sp3d2 octahedral and 6 d2sp3 octahedral. Here inner orbital involved. So this is the coordination number with respect to hybridizations and their geometry. This is very, very important. Next, move on the another slide. Now as we talking about the ligand. So ligand, there are various type of ligands. Here you see, this is the classification of the ligands. Ligands can be divided into two parts: inorganic ligand, organic ligand. Inorganic ligands is of three types: negative ligand, positive and neutral ligand. Negative NO2 minus, NO3 minus, SO4 2 minus, CTO4 2 minus, oxalato ions, NH2 minus, OH minus, Cl minus, Cl minus, and positive ligand NO plus, NH3 plus, NO2 plus. Okay, so this NH2 minus is not be here, this will be here, NH3 plus, NO2 plus. Okay, neutral ligand NH3, CO, water and NO. So this NH2 minus by mistake it has been placed here, it should be placed already here. So by mistake only NO plus, NH3 plus and NO2 plus, these are the positive ligand. So these are the negative ligand. Neutral ligand NH3, CO and H2O and NO. Now organic ligand C5H5N, N2CH2CH2, ethylene diamine and methylamine CH2NH2. So this is the classification of the ligand. This is the classification of ligands: inorganic ligands, organic ligands. So this is the different ligands. Now here some ligands: ethylene diamine, which is denoted En, small en, which is bidental ligand. Why? So here two donor side nitrogen, two nitrogen atom possess one pair of lone pair of electrons. So that's why two donor side, one donor side, one donor side. So that's why bidental ligand. Diethylene triamine, diene, tridental ligand, three donor side, 1, 2, 3. Similarly, tetradental ligand, 1, 2, 3, 4, triene. Similarly here, hexadental ligand, 6 donor side, one is O minus, O minus, O minus, O minus 4. Okay, and this NH2 possesses one lone pair of electron, one lone pair of electron. So donor side, how will you calculate 6 donor side? 1, 2, 3, 4. This negative charge, this negative charge, this negative charge, this negative charge, deciding on oxygen atom, and lone pair of this nitrogen and lone pair of this nitrogen. So total number of donor side is 6. So that side is called hexadental ligand, EDTA, ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid. And this is the metal complex, ligand metal complex. This is the some ligand metal complex. You see, this is the hexadental ligand, ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid with metal form of this type of chelating complex. You know, polydental ligand form a chelating complex. Similarly, ethylene diamine also form a complex with metal ions in this way. We should remember the ligand, what type of ligand: positive ligand, neutral ligand and negative ligand, also organic ligand. And there are some examples of the ligand, how ligand combines with metal and form a complex. This is the example of some metal ligand complex, chelating complex, as it is the polydental ligand, EDTA, ethylene diamine tetraacetic acids. So that's why this is the chelating complex. So this is the metal ligand complex. Now, determination of coordination number. How will you determine the coordination number? How will you determine the coordination number? Coordination number of central metal ion for unidentate or monodentate Cn minor having donor side 1 equals to total number of unidental ligand into 1. So 1 means here, later we will discuss denticity. Coordination number of central metal ion for bidental ligand like oxalate ions, total number of bidental ligand into 2. Why I have written 2? Since bidental ligand it has two donor side. If you see the oxalate ions, COOH, COOH, COO minus, COO minus, C2O4 2 minus, that is 2 negative charge. So donor side is 2. That's why its denticity also 2. So this is multiplied by 2. Similarly, coordination number of central metal ion of tridental ligand, total number of tridental ligand into 3. Okay, so 3 central metal hexadental ligand 6. Now denticity, the number of donor site of the ligand. As I told you already here, number of donor site of the ligand that binds with central metal ion. How many available donor site? So coordination number of central metal ion equals to number of ligand attached with central metal ion into density of the ligand, number of donor site of the ligand. Denticity of ligand, number of donor site of the ligand. How many donor site present in that ligand, that equals to denticity. So how many ligand present in this metal atom into its denticity. If you see the several ligands present in the metal complex, then you find out the several denticity, then you just add, then you get the coordination number. The above statement is for the same type of ligand. If different type of ligand attached with central metal ion, then do the sum only. Okay, look, ligand unidentate, bidentate, tridentate, hexadentate. Donor site 1, 2, 3, 6. Denticity 1, 2, 3, 6. Why? Because it has donor site 1, 2, 3 and 6. So that's why it is called denticity 6. Look, for example. So coordination number of different complex. Coordination number of different complex, Cn of different complex. ApCN whole 6, 4 negative. Here Cn is monodental ligand, denticity is 1. Why? Cn is monodental, donor site 1, that's why density 1. So Cn of Ap, how many ligand? 6. What type of ligand? Monodental ligand. What is the density? 1. So 6 into 1, 6. Similarly K3 ApC2 whole 4 whole 3. If this complex decomposed, 3K plus ApC2 whole 4, 3 negative. So C2O4 bidental ligand, 2 donor site, denticity 2. How many CTO4? 3. So coordination number Ap 3 into 2, 6. In case of a COCl2 ENA whole twice SO4. This is the ionizable part. We talk about this part. Okay. So Cl2 En. So monodental ligand, this is bidental ligand, ethylene diamine. Okay. So bidental ligand denticity 2, here monodental ligand denticity 1. So coordination number of Ca equals to 2 into 1 plus 2 into 2. So 6. So in this way we can find out the coordination number of a particular central atom by using the denticity of the ligand. So that's why I have discussed the ligands, corresponding coordination number, also the geometry. Okay. Next, move on the last part of the periodic properties. Although it should be in under chemical bond chapter, but in the according to your syllabus, geometry of shape has been put in under periodic properties. Now very interesting chapter of the chemical bond, how to find out the shape or geometry using VSEPR theory. So geometry, I should know the how to find out the central atom, then find out the number of electron pairs. Okay, so there are so many several rules we should know. This is a very interesting chapter and the question must come both internal and final exam. It's hybridization, compound hybridizations, how many bond pair, how many lone pair. Okay, so in this way question will come. The most structure follow the pattern is as if the central atom while in the middle and the corner of that shape are the location of the ligands. Most structures follow the pattern as if the central atom while in the middle and the corner that shape are the location of the ligand. These shapes are defined by orbital overlap between ligand and metal orbital and ligand-ligand repulsion, which tend to lead a certain regular geometries. However, there are many cases that deviate from regular geometry. Now, determination of shape or geometry by two methods. How will you determine the shape or geometry of the molecules. So geometry or shape of the molecules, that will be governed by two methods. So method 1. Method 1 is the most popular method. You should remember this method. Rule 1. Determine the central atom present in the molecule. If a molecule or compound is given, then you find out the central element from this molecule. So how will you select the central element from this molecule? The central element must have larger size. By considering larger size of atom with less electronegativity. So central atom means it has larger size and less electronegativity of a given molecule. So from this given molecule we can choose or find out the central atom. Rule 2. Find out the total number of electron pairs. This is very important. Find out the total number of electron pairs of the central atom or number of hybrid orbital of central atom by the following expression. How to find out the electron pairs of central atom? For neutral molecule, I have written neutron, cationic species, ationic species. I have written for 3 cases: neutral molecule having no charge, cationic species having positive charge, anionic species having negative charge. For neutral molecule, number of EPs of central atom. Keep in remember, number of EPs of central atom equals to half of, within third bracket, number of valence electron of the central atom. So that's why you should remember again the periodic table: electronic configuration, atomic number, and valence electron. So that's why I have told you periodic table is the very modern periodic table is a very important tool. So number of valence electron of the central atom plus number of univalent atoms. Keep in mind, number of univalent atoms. Which one is the univalent atoms? Only hydrogen and X. X means halogen, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, dot dot dot. So number of electron pairs of central atom equals to half of number of valence electron of central atom plus number of univalent atoms, only hydrogen or X means halogen, FCl. As for example, ammonia, there is no charge. Water, neutral molecule. CO2, neutral molecule. PCl5, neutral molecule. So this rule valid for these neutral molecules. Now for cationic species, rule will be the same. Number of EPs of central atom equals to half of, within third bracket, number of valence shell electron of central atom plus number of univalent atoms, only hydrogen, halogen, minus, keep in mind, minus charge on cation. If there is, if plus 1, so how many charge? 1. If it is 2 plus, you should subtract minus 2. Okay, so rule will be the same as of neutral molecule. Only thing is you add minus charge on cation. So total number of EPs of central atom equals to half, within third bracket, number of valence shell or outer shell electron of central atom plus number of univalent atoms, only hydrogen or halogen, minus charge of cation. How many charge present on the cations? Okay, that total divided by 2, you get the number of EPs. If you get the number of EPs, then you can find out the hybridization, then you find out the how many bond pairs, how many lone pairs, and then you can find out the actual shape, whether regular structure or distorted structure. Okay. Now for anionic species, the rule will be same. The number of EPs of central atom equals to half of number of valence electron of central atom plus number of univalent atoms, only hydrogen or halogen, plus for anionic species you add plus, cationic species minus. So plus charge on anion, how many charge present in the molecule? In BH4, how many charge? Minus 1. SO4, 2 minus, it should be plus 2. NO3 minus, plus 1. Okay, so this method 1 is very important. You should remember this method 2 to find out the number of EPs of a central metal atom. Another method also I have written here, but it is not popular, so that's why you can know steric number. By using steric number, you can also find out the shape. Number of sigma bond around the central atom. Number of sigma bond around the central atom plus number of lone pair on that central atom. number of sigma bond around the central atom plus number of lone pair on that central atom. Method 1 is the best, as I told you. So, okay, look, I have prepared chart of EPs with hybridization, regular shape and bond angle. If number of EPs get, okay, so first column number of EPs, then hybridization, then geometry. We consider a regular structure. Okay. If you get number of EPs 2 by using method 1 or method 2, like this, later we will discuss. If you get number of EPs 2 from method 1 or method 2, then hybridization will be SP 1 and 1 plus 1 2. Geometry will be linear. Bond angle will be 180 degree. Okay. If you get number of EPs 3, then hybridization will be SP2 2 plus 1 3. Geometry will be trigonal planar. We talk about the regular structure, not distorted structure. Bond angle will be 120 degree. If you get number of EPs of central atom 4, then sp3. Number of EPs of central atom, sp3 tetrahedral. 5 sp3d TBP trigonal bipyramid. 6 sp3d2 3 plus 2 plus 1 s power 1. So 6 octahedral. sp3d3 7 3 plus 3 6 plus 1 7 pentagonal bipyramid. So bond angle 90 degree 72. In case of octahedral, bond angle 90 degree. In case of sp3d trigonal bipyramid, bond angle I have written two cases. For axial case 90 degree, equatorial 120 degree. So this is the bond angle of particular EPs of a central atom, corresponding hybridization and geometry. Okay, next take examples. Look, I have written here in a table format molecules. I have chosen NH4 plus, SF4, SO42 minus, NO3 minus. What I have written in the column, number of EPs of central atom for method 1, as I told you. Number of EPs, number of SN, steric number of central atom for method 2. Number of LP lone pair, number of bond pair, hybridization and shape. Okay. NH4 plus. So which one is the central atom? Here nitrogen is central atom. Larger size. So first we consider the larger size. If the atom has larger size, obviously it has lesser electronegativity. So first we consider the larger size in order to choose the central element of a given molecule. So we talk about the larger size of nitrogen. So how many valence electron? Nitrogen group 15, NH2 NP3, that is nitrogen being a second period, 2s2 pp3, that is 5 valence electron. So EP is equals to half of 5. Now how many univalent atoms? Number of valence electron plus number of univalent atoms. Univalent atoms, those having H or halogen. So here nitrogen attached with 4 hydrogen atom. So univalent atoms is 4. Okay. It is a cationic species. Remember, it is a cationic species. Then you subtract how many charge? Minus. How many positive charge? 1. So minus 1. 5 plus 4 minus 1. That is 8. 8 by 2, 4. We get 4 EPs. Here. Okay. In case of SN, steric number, what is this? This is the number of sigma bond around central metal atom. How many sigma bond? 4. 4. There is a 4 sigma bond. How many lone pair? What is the rule? You see. You see. Sigma bond around the center, number of lone pair on that central atom. Okay. So lone pair is 0. So 4. So number of 4 EPs. Out of number of 4 EPs, how many bond pairs? 4 BPs. Why? Because 4 EPs has been required to form 4 bond, that is 4 NH bond. So that's why number of BP, number of bond pair 4, number of LP 0. Okay. If you get number of EPs 4, then what will be the hybridization? sp3. Later we will discuss the long chart where everything has been written. sp3 shape will be tetrahedral. Now SF4, which one is the Central element, sulfur has a large size, sulfur, it is a being a group 16 element, it is a valence shell electron 6. So if is half of 6 plus 4, how many univalent atoms? 4, because 4 halogen atom, so 5. If is Sn, how many sigma bond around sulfur? 4. How many lone pair? Plus 1, sulfur 1, so that is 5. So number of lone pair 1, out of 5 EPs, how many bond pairs? There is a 4F bond, SF bond, so 4 BPs, 1 LPs. So due to the presence of lone pair, the structure will be seesaw, not TBP. Expected structure trigonal bipyramid. Okay. So due to the presence of lone pair of electrons, the structure will be distorted. That is seesaw structure. Similarly, SO4 2 minus. Here anionic species, sulfur again. Central atom. How many valence electrons? 6. Now, whether you add plus 4 or not, we do nothing, because oxygen is not a univalent atom, only hydrogen and halogen, so that's why number of oxygen should be neglected. So sulfur 6 plus how many negative charge? Here plus 2. So this plus 2 for these 2 negative charge. So 6 plus 2, 8 by 2, that is 4. Similarly, how many sigma bond? So 4 oxygen, 4. How many lone pair? 0, that is 4. So here lone pair 0, number of BP is 4, sp3 tetrahedral structure. Similarly, NO3 minus, central atom is nitrogen, number of valence electron 5, oxygen not a univalent atom, so how many negative charge? Anionic species plus 1, so 5 plus 1, 6 by 2, 3. How many sigma bond? 3, lone pair 0, 3. So 0 lone pair, 3 bond pair, sp2 trigonal planar structure. So in this way you can find out the shape of the particular molecule using method 1 and method 2, but I tell you we always use method 1. Okay, this is very much popular and we do not feel any confusion in regarding the determination of shape of molecules. So I have given idea how to find out the EPs of central metal atom from this. How many lone pair, how many bond pair, what is the hybridization, what is the shape, what is the bond angle, we can get everything from this calculation. Next, this is the long period. What I have already told you. This is the long chart of the geometry or shape. We should remember this chart. This is the very important chart, because in the presence of lone pair, some structure has been distorted or deformed. We should remember that structure. If you can't remember, then you should remember if it is tetrahedral, but instead of tetrahedral, it is pyramidal structure. In case of ammonia, then if you forget to remember the pyramidal, then you can write distorted tetrahedral. So, but I tell you, remember this chart. This is very important chart. So, chart of the details of EPs, electron pairs, lone pair, bond pair, hybridization, shape, type of molecules with examples. First, number of EPs, column, number of BP, bond pair, number of LP, lone pairs, hybridizations, molecule type, shape and examples. So number of EP is 2, number of EP is 2, number of EP is 2, number of LP 0, hybridization sp, molecular type AB2, shape linear, BeCl2, BeF2, AgCl2, CO2, CO, NO2 plus. These are the examples. And if carbon dioxide plus 4 valence electron, oxygen not a univalent, 4 plus 2, that is 2 EPs, so 2 EPs, 2 BPs, 0 LPs. So that's why carbon dioxide has a linear structure. 3. If you get 3 EPs, what will happen? Sorry, if you get 3 EPs, what will happen? There will be chances, probability. What is the probability? Either you get 3 BPs, 0 LPs, okay? Out of 3 EPs, 3 BPs, 0 LPs, sp2 hybridization, there will be no change. In hybridization, we get the value of hybridization from EPs. Keep in mind, hybridization get from number of EPs, nothing relation to BPs and LPs, okay? So 3, if number of bond pair 3 and number of LP 0, hybridization sp2, what type of molecule? AB3. Then it should be structured trigonal planar. This is called regular structure. BF3, BCl3 NO3 minus CO3 2 minus. Here carbon 4 plus 2 by 2 3. BF3 boron 5 plus 3 by 2. Okay, sorry, boron হচ্ছে 3 2s2 2p1 3 valence electron 3 plus 3 by 2 3. If number of bond pair 2 out of 3 is and number of lone pair 1, then hybridization should be same as I told you. Ab2e type of molecule Ab2e, it should be V-shaped or Bain structure. So later I will show you what is the exact structure. So it should be V-shaped structure as for SO2 and SO3. SO2 and SO3 the structure should be V-shaped. Okay. Similarly in case of 4, there is a 4 probabilities. Okay, 4 probabilities means if first number of bond pair 4, okay, number of LP 0, hybridization will be sp3, Ab4 type regular tetrahedral structure. As for example, CH4 NH4 plus, nitrogen 4 plus 4 minus 1, Cl4 7 plus 1, sulfur 6 plus 2. Okay, if 3 plus 1, 3 BPs 1 LPs, hybridization same. Ab3e trigonal bipyramidal structure, trigonal bipyramidal. NH3, it should be tetrahedral, but due to the presence of lone pair, the shape will be deformed or distorted. NCl3 H3 positive NH2 minus ClO3 XCO3. If 1 BPs and 3 LPs, 3 lone pair 1 bond pair, then AbE3 type linear structure ClO minus, ClO minus. If 2 BPs 2 LPs out of 4 BPs 2 bond pairs 2 LPs, same hybridization Ab2Et, Ab2E2 type molecules bend or V-shaped structure. Water is V-shaped structure. Later we will discuss water. Here oxygen element, center element, 6 plus 2, that is 4. Okay. 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 Now this is the V-shaped structure. ClO2 minus, Cl7 plus 1 4. Okay. Oxygen how many? 6. Okay. It should not be here. No. Okay. So we have H2S Cl2 minus SL2 XCO2. Okay. Xenon 8 plus 4, that is 8 by 2, that is 4. Okay. Later I will see the structure. There should be structure Bain structure or V-shaped structure. So this is the structure. In the next video class I will discuss number of UPs 5, number of UPs 6 and number of UPs 7. Okay, so again tell you should remember the EPs, and you should remember after finding out the EPs, you check whether how many bond pair, how many lone pair present. How will you get this? Now by seeing the molecule. If you see the 4 here, 3 on 1, example NH3, how many bond pair? 3. So you get 4 EPs, so you can write 3 BPs 1 LPs. From this 3 bond pair, 3 bond 1 LPs. Due to the presence of one lone pair electron, what will be the shape? This is the shape, trigonal pyramidal, not tetrahedral. We should remember this several type of structure for a particular presence of lone pair. If lone pair changes, then shape will be changes. Okay. So in case of 1 3, 1 bond pair 3 lone pair, if 3 lone pair comes, as per example ClO minus 7 plus 1 8, then its structure should be linear structure. Similarly 2 2, in case of water 6 plus 2, 6 plus 2. Okay, I have I can tell you I have written the same thing. Okay, OF2, the same OF2, there will be no problem. Oxygen is 6 plus fluorine is 2, because fluorine is halogen. Okay, so I have written correctly. Okay, so oxygen 6 plus fluorine 2 halogen, so 4. So OF2, H2O, H2S, ClO2 minus, HCl2, XgO2. These are the example of bend or V-shaped structure when number of BP is 2 and number of LP is 2. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching this video.